Maybe live. Going live. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, um, hi everyone. Hey, hi, hello, hi, welcome. It's feels like it's been a while because it has. We weren't here last week. Um, we were kind of in gear getting some stuff done. So, thank you for joining us on Quarantainment Live, episode 12. If you saw by the High School Musical thumbnail, we are not doing anything related to High School Musical that I know of. But that was
Surprise!
surprise.
We've actually brought
LOL.
Zac Efron in today to
Yes.
congratulate you on.
Zach, did you want to come over? Yeah. No, it's cool, Zach. Hey, sorry guys. No, I mean, no, it's fine. Your hair looks fine, man. No, they're not gonna ask you about Dirty Grandpa. Don't worry. No, we want to talk about Neighbors. No, not the Baywatch movie. No. Yeah, just Neighbors, High School Musical. 17 again. Yeah, we can talk about that one. It's on Netflix. Yeah, sure. No, he's a little shy. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you take a minute, Zach. Chill on the couch, watch some TV, whatever you need to do. But thanks for yes. Let me know if you're feeling up to it. Anyways, yeah, but no, that thumbnail was chosen, and Zac Efron came on the insistence of our special guest, Indy Nielsen. Hi, Indy.
What's up? That was not good. Hey, it's Kelly.
Also, Kelly is here. All right. We keep a very tight ship here. I'm just glad that. So, Kelly, be honest. Did you get the notification on YouTube that we were live streaming, and then you joined this call?
To be honest, I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, and then I got this. And in my defense, I want to say one thing. I just took the College Board AP U.S. History test, and I just had to write a DBQ in 45 minutes. So I was kind of shot, and I saw the thing, and I went to my Hangout and see it there. So I was like, you know what? I don't see it there. They must have not done it. So I'm playing some Siege, and then right when I was playing some Siege, I looked at my phone, and I saw the.
So can we just clarify? The answer to my question is yes.
I mean, yes, but I'm also explaining why I'm kind of out of it right now.
Yeah, good job, Kelly. We're proud of you for doing your A-push test.
Yeah.
It's stupid, man. I'm sorry. It's stupid. Like they expect like a 770 word essay that's formulated and all that BS in like
Easy.
in less than an hour.
Easy.
If you don't care about it, then you should tell us what your prompt is so you can get your test canceled.
No, I'm not gonna tell you that. No.
You guys hear about the Reddit that was trying to catch kids cheating on their College Board like exams? It was called like something like Frog like 123 or whatever, and it was
That's
like
so good.
trolling on like the College Board subreddit, trying to like tell kids to like join this like thing where it would like expose them for cheating or something.
Of course,
isn't that the principle of are you a cop? You have to tell me if you are. It's like, are you a College Board executive? You have to tell me if you are. That's kind of nuts. Yeah. They take that seriously. They gotta have their money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
they gotta do the tests in Asia at 1:00 in the morning. All the tests in Asia, they do them at like 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Perfect. And then they do this one. Yeah, it's great. Noah, how do you feel about AP testing? You're well versed in the matter.
Yes, me, a kid who has never taken an AP class. Yes, they're very good. No. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna be taking my first AP class next year if my schedule works out. So
yeah, what are you gonna go for?
AP language,
nice.
Or AP lit, or one of those.
Also, they changed the schedule again. Just heads up.
They did.
Yep.
Like from what it was last night.
Yep. Teacher just sent it into the group chat.
Oh.
All right. Anyways, so, cool. Well, shout out to my high school for having me take AP exams, but we didn't actually get credit for them because. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was part of the regular curriculum. It was just like, well, it's not AP. This is the expectation. Like,
Yep, that sounds like my cousin's school in
That's
Phoenix.
true.
Yeah.
No, they're like, we're too good for AP. We have
That's
I don't know what they call it. They call it like something else, and it's very fancy. And I'm like, wow,
that's
great.
literally what it was like. The school down the street had AP and IB classes, and so my senior year, a lot of people just left because they're like, well, I want to go to a school where I get credit for this. And so, shout out, thanks Foothills for making me take all the AP and do all the work. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. We'll start with some updates here. So, I don't know, Kelly, how's it? You've updated us a bit on what you've been doing. Kind of, your TV is dangerously close behind you, but what have you been up to?
I mean, it's like it's bigger than it actually looks because it's a very old TV.
So it's like the TARDIS.
Yeah. It's an old, crappy TV that's big. I'm out of it. I'm really, really, really out of it. I woke up. So I went to bed. I tried going to bed at kind of a reasonable time. I went to bed at midnight. I was planning on waking up around 9:30, 10. Kathy, I physically could not get up any earlier than that. Like I can't go to sleep.
I'm just trying to picture sleeping for 8 or 9 hours. That just seems like a miserable experience.
That didn't happen. You see. Because,
okay, good, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And my brain was in school mode because I'm preparing for the test, and so I can't sleep later than 8 for school mode. So I couldn't fall asleep for 2 hours until 2 o'clock, and I woke up at 8. I barely got 6 hours of sleep, and it was miserable. Yeah, I know. For me, it was miserable though. I jumped on the test, like I was sitting there for like 40 minutes before the test, just trying to mentally prepare myself and just taking notes. And I just remember having this oh my god moment right when it hit 10 seconds because I realized I had to type a paper in 45 minutes. And I was just, the entire house was shaking based off how much I was just vibrating my leg out, just like anxiety and nervousness. I don't remember anything that happened during that test. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if my test made sense. I just remember like going, then going back to just do some spell check real quick. I don't even know if it was the right spell check. I just remember just typing and not stopping until I was done. And then I just turned it in. And then
probably that scene in Old School when Will Ferrell's on the debate team, and like he gives this really concise answer that destroys the opposition in like a minute total. Like it's talking really fast, and at the end of it, he's like, oh, "I have no idea where I was. I blacked out for a second there." So that was you with your AP test.
Oh yeah. And yeah, right now I'm just exhausted and kind of dizzy and dehydrated.
Drink some coffee. It's actually really good at getting you undehydrated. So.
Also chew on some salt.
Yeah, oyster crackers, coffee, and then I don't know. Let's do the cinnamon challenge.
Kelly, did you have to do that like intro passage thing to make sure your keyboard works? Where you're like, my father sells his valuable onyx jewels, and
yes.
I didn't realize that you had to write out the whole paragraph, so I just sat there with like my one sentence for like 20 minutes, and then I realized that it wouldn't let me go on because I didn't type the whole paragraph.
Yeah, you had to give an entire written testimony that you weren't going to cheat, and then there's another sentence where it was every letter and number in the alphabet or something like that, and then it was just like, oh, the shiny shimmering star is being sold down the road, and it was just nonsense.
Isn't that song from Ariel?
I think I know what you're talking
about. Any College Board people watching? You can contact both these.
Oh, he's livid about College Board.
Dishing about those hot secrets of the College Board AP tests.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're glad you joined us, Kelly. It was a surprise, but not an unwelcome one. So welcome. No, what have you been up to?
Not a lot. I've been going on like lots of hikes. I've been doing a lot of yard work. Yeah, I've been doing like schoolwork. I've been reading a lot. I've been reading like a lot of kind of like autobiographies, but like not really. Like if any of y'all know David Sedaris, I've been reading a lot of his books. Yeah.
It's a lot of humorous stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've also just been watching a lot of YouTube, but that's pretty much all I've been doing.
Cool. Have you watched anything good, or is there anything, any particular hikes you'd recommend? Like, if you had a tier list of your hikes.
Tier list of hikes. Here's the thing. I know like what hikes I've been on. I just don't know their names. You know,
Okay.
like there was a trail like in that like that direction, and then there was one over there. But that's about the best I can.
It doesn't help when we don't know what direction you're facing.
Yeah, pull out your compass app.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
Wait,
it's the best soda with the thing still on it.
Kelly, be careful.
Kelly.
Don't choke on those. You'll have to get rescued by the Dawn Corporation.
Yeah. It was already open, so I might as well. I just took a shot of it right before I took the test because I needed some energy.
I don't know.
Wait, is that ginger ale?
Yes.
How are you getting energy from ginger ale?
Sugar, man, sugar.
It gives him like a serotonin or something. Cause like, no, so I have this memory of like Kelly on the LA trip. You bought like a Canada Dry or something. I don't remember. It was some sort of ginger ale, and you bought it. And then I think it was Noah. He was like, "I bet you can't not drink this soda for the entire show."
I remember.
So he had it like, and I was sitting next to him, so I was like watching him like try not to drink his soda. And I think you opened it and chugged the whole thing during intermission.
To be fair, I didn't have it the entire time we were for the first half, but the show was really, 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 really mentally draining. Kind of, what's the best word for it? Not entertaining. Oh no, entertaining, but not very good. And so I was just kind of done, and I need like a little bit of a kick to like make sure I can make it through the second one. So I just cracked open my can, just like finished it in like 10 seconds, and was like just ready to go for round 2. I don't drink coffee, so this is my splurge, Cassidy.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Noah, we hear that you have a camera.
Yes, it is right there. It is right there. It is being used right now. No, so I've got a tripod on the way. It should be getting here like this afternoon. So that's exciting. I've got a microphone to put on top of my camera.
Mhm.
It's not very good, but it's still a microphone, and it's better than just the bass audio from the camera. And then what's really exciting is I've got a wide angle lens, which is on right now. So that's exciting.
So you can film 90s music videos.
Yeah.
Yes. You can film Skater Boy.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god. He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." He wasn't good enough for her.
Okay.
Noah, you got a lot of work to do. Come on.
Yes, I do.
You're taking over Gabby's job next year. You got a lot of work to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
it's okay.
What are your plans for media production next year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the leadership I need right now.
Do you want to take the footage for the secret project that I never finished editing?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Sweet.
That's a summer project,
Yeah.
Noah.
It's no, I've got like ideas for like videos that we can make, but
Yep.
like I guess I would need to know like who's going to be in media production next year. Speaking of which, please join journalism next year. It's a great experience, and it'll be a fun time. Do it.
I think Evan already been doing it.
No, Evan. I mean, he's co-editing in chief with Keitra. So, okay, so Kelly's got the shades on. So thank you for the status update, Noah. The camera is very, very exciting. I think we need to plan a media production overhaul for the summer when things are safe enough to go out and do stuff. When Savers reopens, I kind of just want to go to Savers and just buy up all of anything they have, because I've just been thrifting tripods and stuff from them, and so I just want to like.
But why do you wait? Here's the question. Not to be rude, but why do you need like multiple tripods?
So I mean, in all seriousness, I have 4 tripods. One is specifically for like a cell phone. One is specifically like a smaller like metal one that's really grounded, and just for like setting up on a tabletop or something like that, where it can stay really, really stable for like motion shots. One is more like a full body portrait style one. Another one is more for like lower shots, like it's like it doesn't sit up as high. So you got to have multiple tripods.
Okay.
But no, I'm just saying we pick up anything else too. If we can find a dolly, that would be sick. That's not gonna happen. Get some dolly track.
Yeah.
No, I've just been doing digital camera movements in DaVinci, and that's been pretty fun. Yeah, cool. So speaking of people who should join journalism, Indy, you're our guest. How's it been going?
Good. I'm thinking of joining journalism next year.
You should do it.
Do it. Do it.
But-
I'll do
It's
it.
for insane people. It's awesome.
It's difficult. Yes. I need to think about it more, but I think I might join journalism. Also,
Okay.
I got my license a week ago, so I can been driving around and doing that. Gabby can attest. I'm pretty good. I'm decent.
Okay,
I got
no need to flex
Gabby,
on
can you
us,
verify?
but okay.
Yeah, I can't verify. She's actually better than I was, unfortunately.
Okay, that's going too far.
Within my first like few months, so 6 months after I got my license, I crashed into another car in the parking lot of Starlight Lanes on the same night, coming to an excruciatingly fast stop at a stoplight, burning rubber. Charlie can attest to this. He was in the car when this happened, as well as Indy. So
Yeah, but you didn't really
Indy
like
is definitely a better driver than I was, because I was just like a anxious driver, and that was not safe. But now I'm good. You can get in a car with me safely now.
I mean,
If
better than
you're watching this, I'm fine.
yeah, I mean, yeah, better than me. My one crash was in a parking lot. I mean, like, there's no complicated movements. There's nothing like that. There's just like a small patch of ice and just a big Hummer in my way, apparently.
Didn't your like foot get like stuck underneath like the gas?
Yeah.
or
So
something?
for the audience who don't know, I have a size 14 foot size.
That doesn't matter.
My foot got clearly stuck under the thing, so I couldn't move my foot over fast enough to hit the brake.
There is no reason your foot should be like even parallel to the pedal.
How did it?
How did it get over? Like, how did it go under? Like, how did
No,
this happen?
It was
Did it go up or did it go
too
without?
big, so when I went to transition it from the gas pedal to the brake pedal, it got caught on the side of the brake pedal because it got like half wedged in there.
But the travel time between the brake pedal and the accelerator is maybe 2 inches.
I mean, yeah,
You
but
can have to like move your entire foot and then like reposition it and place it down instead of just taking your foot and doing this. You have a larger foot, you could do this. Pivot. You just do that.
I also have
that.
really bad calves, and that's really painful to pivot.
It's an ankle. You just need to use your ankle.
I have bad
Kelly.
calf speed. When I pivot, it puts too much weight on the calf, and it just my calf.
You're sitting down.
Yeah, but
You're not engaging your calves. If it's that painful.
My foot
Do
weighs.
you adjust your seat?
Huh?
Do you adjust your seat?
How do I put this? It doesn't adjust enough.
Kelly, there are people taller than you who drive cars just fine.
Yeah, but they'll have. It's the feet, Kathy. I'm gonna blame it on the feet. I'm 100% gonna just blame it on the feet.
I feel like this is the beginning of Tall Girl, where she's like, size 13 men's Nikes. That's what you. This is.
My question about that movie is why, like, they think that 6'1" is so tall. Like, so many people are 6'1". Everyone at the school is like to here on her. Like, it's just a school of really short people.
So
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, my friends and I have been roulette wheeling Netflix original movies only, and so we have an entire list of like the ones that were a 5.5 on IMDb or lower. And so we just watched DJ Cinderella last night, which is a Brazilian production. Please watch DJ Cinderella. It is the plot of Cinderella, but with a teen DJ who DJs at night and falls in love with a pop star, and it's amazing. I I can't overstate how great the villain is in it. It's so amazing. But Tall Girl's on my list because one of the people I watched this with, my friend Kelly, she's like 6'2". And so we looked up how tall Girl was, and it's like 6'1". She's like, that's okay. And so we want to see how accurate it is to the experience.
That's
Not
funny.
really. Not really.
So Kelly, Indy, how do you feel about getting your foot? Have you gotten your foot stuck? That's only been a week. Have you gotten your foot stuck under your accelerator yet?
I have not, and I don't plan to. But at the same time, I also don't know why you were going to floor it across a sheet of ice.
The faster you get over the ice, the sooner you're on dry land. So
I would not floor it. So I'm going to draw what happened.
Okay.
So
you had that so readily available.
My notepad from the AP test. There was a sheet of ice, and it was literally so thick that it literally went up about like 3 inches and then went down. And so I was going over it, and I had trouble. So I just hit the accelerator just a little bit, and it wouldn't go. I hit it a little more, it wouldn't go. I just hit one more time, and it just fucking go. Oh. Sorry. And it just took off. It launched itself. And I went over to the brakes to try and hit it, but that's my foot got stuck, and I just took out a minivan. Really, I just took out a minivan, man.
Taking out the whole kids' soccer team with it.
There was a family with a soccer team, but they weren't in the van, thankfully.
Okay, so ignoring what just happened, I'd like to point out you said, I'm going to draw it, and then you drew like 3 lines, and then you just kind of pointed out with a pencil.
A pen. Here.
I'm sorry, I got the details wrong. That changes the context of this whole story.
Yeah. So,
all right, here we go. Now you have a pencil.
I went up, but like this isn't. So this is the road right down here. And there's an ice. Yep. Yep, that's the road. And there was an ice bar right here. And I just kind of went down. So there was a huge ice bar, and I kept like.
Okay. So this is a profile shot. This is like a dissection.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
If you look from like the ground level.
See, there's the Earth score right there.
And this is an egg yolk, and those are the egg whites underneath it. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Earth core.
Or it is a very small hat.
And so I basically hit the gas to try and get over it, and it wouldn't go. It just went up and down. I hit it again, went up and down. I hit it one more time, and it just launched. It just took off.
Oh, now there's 5 lines. Let's roll the PBS history reenactment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kelly.
And is that at the point in which your foot got stuck?
Right when it was about at this point here, at this point here, I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna hit that minivan if I don't hit the gas. Brake. I don't hit the brake. And so I went to move over, and right around here, my foot got stuck, and right around here was the minivan's hood. And at this point, it was basically well, the minivan's hood was not there anymore. Let's just put it that way.
Kelly, why didn't you just go around the ice? Like,
because I was going into a parking spot.
I'm sorry.
Choose a different parking spot.
All the others were full.
Yeah, never.
Okay.
Never. If it's that much work, don't accelerate that much if there's a vehicle in front of you.
Okay, I didn't accelerate that much. I was literally just tapping it. It's just my pedals are my truck is about 16 years old, and the pedals.
Don't call it a truck. Don't call it a truck. Don't call it a truck. It's not a truck.
No, my sub. My
That's worse.
I don't care. My sub is about 16 years old, and the pedals are just garbage. And I just like you can slightly tap the brakes at some points and just come to like a full-on stop, or you literally. There's moments where I'm driving on the highway and I literally am standing on my brakes. I'm literally like, I'm off my feet. I put all my weight on my brakes, and I'm slightly going I'm slightly
going. I do want to move on from this and get back to Indy. I just want to clarify that we just recently went from, oh, my feet are too big, so problem. Number 2, my calves are weak. Number 3, there was ice. Number 4, I went launching off of it. Number 5, the brakes are bad because of the SUV or whatever. It isn't a great system.
Yeah.
That I'm working with.
Yeah.
So just so we're clear, all 5 of those factors are the reason that happened. It has nothing to do with you.
I say 1% was probably me.
All right, Indy. So that's exciting that you have your license. Thank you for sharing.
2%. Let's go two.
Thank you for sharing, Indy. Yeah, what else have you been up to? Other than driving around and enjoying your new freedom?
Our family has been rewatching all of the Harry Potter films. So last night we finished the 5th one, which is Goblet of
Order.
Order of the Phoenix.
Not my one.
My bad. Yeah, so that's
My
been
family's doing something similar, but we're reading all the books and then watching movies. So we're doing a chapter a night. And we started
That's gonna take forever.
Hey, we've got forever, so we started when this whole quarantine started, and we've been doing one chapter a night, and we're on the 3rd book. Like we're halfway through the 3rd book, so.
And they each get once you hit Goblet, and you're like, this is 700 pages.
Yeah.
Order of Phoenix has literally 1,200 pages.
Yeah, and then Deathly Hallows is insane too. So Indy, what is your? What's your? So you obviously you've seen the films before, but if you were to rank these first 5 in order from worst to best, what would you put them at?
Oh, that's difficult. I don't know. Also, Gabby and I, we watched this video essay on why the 4th movie is the worst. So I would agree.
It is.
That's base level. So the worst is the 4th movie. And then I would say next is, don't want hate for this, but Sorcerer's Stone, then Order of the Phoenix, then
Chamber.
Yeah, then Chamber, then Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Noah.
Oh, I would personally rank Sorcerers a little bit higher than Chamber, just because I think I don't know. There's just kind of a charm to the Sorcerer's Stone that kind of wears off for the 2nd movie, at least in my opinion. But
that's true, but I feel like it kind of I don't know. I feel like my problem with the book and the movie is that I feel like it just starts get going and then it just drops off and they're like, okay, done, end of year 1, and then it's just kind of abrupt. But I feel like with Chamber of Secrets, there's more of a little bit more of a explanation and a wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I always found Chamber to be painfully long, because they adapted basically that book almost word for word, to the point where that movie's 2 hours 40 or something. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's what the only reason I put Sorcerers above, because I agree, Andy. Sorcerers is a lot of world building and kind of just that first movie feels so quaint compared to what happens later in that series. It's it's this cute Chris Columbus kids movie, and then you're like, oh no, this is this is much worse than that, or not much worse, but.
Speaking of Chris Columbus, I found out he also directed the Percy Jackson movies.
Yeah.
So
doesn't it make a lot of sense now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but so I've been watching, Indy's saying, we've been watching a lot of video essays, and I watched a lot specifically. So it's this guy, he's called Movie Flame, and he makes all these video essays, and they're 30 minutes long. But that's all I've been doing. So I watched a lot of them on the Sorcerer's / Philosopher's Stone, and it was really interesting because he cast the 3 leads without they didn't have any acting experience, and he cast them strictly based on their personality and their looks and very specific elements that they had within themselves. For Daniel Radcliffe, he said that he had this sadness and mystery in him as this 11-year-old 10-year-old boy, and he literally discovered him sitting behind him in a play. He went out to go see a play, and then sitting behind him was Daniel Radcliffe, and he was like, you have to be in this movie. And then he basically just taught them how to act throughout the first movie, and was coercing not coercing, he was teaching them how to and like really trying to grab these performances out of them and like creating like a safe like environment where they could learn how to be like actors, and so cool.
I mean,
That
it's
explains
weird
so much about
because
that film.
I don't even think the acting in The Sorcerer's Stone is that bad. Like, yeah, it's not great because it is child actors, but it's not as bad as I expected, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's relatively good.
Hermione is the worst actor in The Sorcerer's Stone. Her line deliveries are really. She didn't have the nuance of like, here's how to be like this. It was just like I'm just thinking like her line deliveries of just like everything she says you could replace with like thought you'd like to know, like that kind of like just smugness, and it'd be basically the same thing. It's like every delivery is just her being smug.
Which is interesting because like Emma Watson's probably one of the best out of the three nowadays.
Yeah, I would say that. I never liked Rupert Grint. I know a lot of people like Arthur Ron, but
I don't. He was too. What's it called for me? I'm
redheaded.
I mean, yes, but
he's too good of a driver. He could get over ice bumps in a parking lot.
No, they dumbed down his character and they gave all his heroic lines to Hermione because the writer liked writing better for Hermione's.
That was a factor, and also he was too they call it it's that really cringy word like adorkable or whatever they try doing, where they're like they're so adorable. It felt like they're always trying to do that with him, and I hated it. I hated it.
The only person that works for in retrospect is Neville Longbottom, because he just blew up and became incredibly handsome by the final film.
Okay, and that's why I like Order of the Phoenix so much, is because he has such a good role in that film. He has such a just such a good role in that film.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to Order of the Phoenix yet, but I remember that being my least favorite book just because it was so long and it felt like really boring to me, you know?
Yeah.
But
I always thought the Order of the Phoenix itself was just like a weird like Avengers type. It just felt like some of the superhero team of the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, but what are they supposed to do? It's literally like
it's like,
the other
I'm
side
Tonks.
of an army.
I can change my hair color.
Hey,
I'm Professor
she's
Lupin. I can
cool.
turn into a werewolf.
Stop.
Tonks is so lame in the movie. What does she do? She says, "Don't call me Nymphadora," and her hair changes color. That's like her most defining scene.
Tonks got nerfed in the movie. And she's
100%.
She's technically in the sixth movie, but you would never know. Know why? Because her one defining feature, which is her changing hair color, is like her hair. In the books, they explain it because they say, "Oh, she's not doing that anymore because she's more depressed, all that stuff." But no, like you see like some brown-haired person in the background at like the Weasley's house in the sixth film, and you're like, "Who the heck is that supposed to be?" Like they nerfed her in the sixth film so much. I mean, she was nerfed in general, but
thanks, Kelly. So thank you, Indy.
I went to just make a small comment. I went down a rabbit hole somehow, and I went down real fast.
Great. Well, Indy, we will. I'm tempted to invite you back for next Friday if you're available, and when we do our year interview. Will you guys have the rest of the films watched by then? Do you plan on knocking out 6 through 8?
Wait, will we be able to? Yeah, we will be.
We only have 3 left.
And
we probably won't watch any this weekend, but we'll get it done.
You have 3, and
we'll grind it out.
It's hard.
Only one of them is terrible. I think Deathly Hallows Part 1 is still one of the most boring films I've ever seen in a theater.
Oh,
nothing happens there. It's a tent and it rains and people leave and then walk around a subway. That's that movie in a nutshell.
Is that the one where they all take the Polyjuice potion to look like Harry?
Yeah.
That's cool. That part's fun.
Yeah.
You mean the beginning of the film?
I would say parallel to Mockingjay Part 1 because it's like getting into the story, but it's not quite there. But there's like an edge of danger, and then it's not as good as.
And then Ron getting sick wearing the One Ring. I mean, a Horcrux that makes him start hallucinating Hermione and Harry together. Like, and then it's just constantly he walks into a tent. Oh, I see what's going on, and then he leaves. And like, Ron, come back. And then 25 minutes later,
he came back.
The same scene.
Oh.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the last few films though, because like the book, like
We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week. We'll get there. But thank you, Indy. So driving and Harry Potter. And now that you can drive, you can listen to the audiobooks while driving. And I understand that's actually a pretty fun thing. Gabby, how it do? How's it going?
Well, pretty much the same as Indy. I've been learning how to drive. No, I'm just kidding.
Had my license for a week after it got suspended.
I've been listening to so I made like a playlist on Spotify of like my favorite like movie like score songs, I guess I would call them, of all time. And it's just like I can't bring myself to listen to normal music. I can only like bring myself to listen to these songs, and I'll just like list off some of my favorites. Okay, so the first one is Fireworks, the song Fireworks from from the 5th Harry Potter movie, Order of the Phoenix, when the Weasley twins are letting the fireworks out during the owl's exam. And it's like such a good song. It slaps. It has this weird random guitar solo in the middle, which I'm not a fan of, and they actually cut it out in the movie, I think. But the beginning and the end of the song really go hard. And then also we have most of the songs from Interstellar. So we got Coward, Mountains, Cornfield Chase, just like so good. I've really, really good. Okay. We also got the Now You See Me Too main titles. That hits different. That was so good. Oh yes, amazing, fantastic, wonderful. We've got, of course, most of the Wes Anderson stuff. The Night at the Museum theme. That's good. We also have the Minion Mission song, which is like the Minions like theme. Okay.
Of course, Gabby. Of course.
And then there's a few select songs from Doctor Who that I found when I was in like 7th grade that I vibed with, and I just decided to re-add them to this playlist. So,
how many of those are original compositions on SoundCloud? Like of the Doctor Who songs?
No, they're like from the score.
They're OST.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they're from like it's like the theme from like the 11th Doctor seasons, and then there's also the theme from like the episode where they go to see Vincent Van Gogh, and it's called like "With Love, Vincent" or whatever. It's a sad
That's a
song.
really good episode,
like,
actually.
Yeah, it's one of the best, I feel like. And then we have I think Donna's theme song, which is called like "A Noble Girl About Town."
A Noble Girl. Get it? It's Donna Noble. You get it?
So those are the songs that I have on here. So they're all like songs from the scores of these films. Yeah.
I made a playlist like that, like where it was just like scores from movies. But I got tired of like trying to find those songs, so I just ended up putting the Pirates of the Caribbean theme like 20 times, and that was that.
Is that what you played in Tabletop Club at one point? Was like I came in and that so loud. It was just that song until I went over and just ripped out the aux cord and threw Henry's phone at him or whatever.
That's right.
I feel like that happened. That could have been a dream, but who knows?
Yeah, that did happen.
Okay.
Baby metal.
No. So Gabby, what attracts you to a score? Like, what do you look for in a scoring a film or like a memorable score?
Well, I think it's really, first of all, it's got to be a good film. So like some of these scores like I associate them with the film, and that's why I like them better than if they were just like on their own. So that's what I'm saying about the like so then also, okay, so like hear me out with the Minions theme, right? Okay, so this is also the theme from the Minion app, Minion Rush, which is like Temple Run but for Minions. And I played this game on a trip that I took to like Portland like 5 or 6 years ago, and then I also played like in the queue when you're waiting to go on the Minion ride at Universal Studios. So that's why, yeah, that one. But okay, so the score for Interstellar though, if you know that the score is good, that is an actual good score.
Yeah,
and
totally.
it's just like I can't just it's okay here. Oh wait, I just remembered what it is that I like about these. So like musical, oh I forgot, sorry, I'm just like remembering a lot of things right now. Also on this playlist is like a lot of the soundtrack for Catching Fire, the second Hunger Games film. And So good. Like I literally bought those songs like on iTunes in 8th grade just so I could like listen to them for fun. But the thing that I love about that score is that it uses like a lot of like callbacks to other songs. So like there's a song that plays in the beginning when Katniss is like crouching by the water, and then there's a song later when she's talking to BT about how like the what are those things called? Indie
The force field.
the force field has like always like has like flaws in it. And then later when she's up in the tree looking at the force field is a song that's a combination of musical elements from both of those two songs. So it's like calling back in your mind like the other scenes that would have stuff to do with that.
Cool.
So that's what I really like is like when they use like your musical memory to like either play out like your emotions, like really get you to be like sad or like to relate with specific characters and specific scenes and connect them by like musical.
So real quick, I just want to, speaking to whoever may be watching this now or in the future, Gabby is a senior, and it is the second week of May, technically going into the third week of May, and so you just witnessed some of that. Just it's called senioritis. It's a real thing. It's a serious illness, and millions of seniors deal with it every single year.
If
So
you
talk
know
to
a
your
senior who is suffering from senioritis, please call the number on the screen now.
Yeah. Join us in suing the Nestle company. You can be part of a class action lawsuit on behalf of the senior class of 2020. You can sue the CDC for causing this distress. And take it away, Sarah McLachlan, in the arms of the angels. Anyways, it's just B-roll footage of seniors freaking out and being insane. Or just seniors upset. Seniors. Oh, I've got it. This trailer idea is perfect. We could put a score over this. Maybe some Interstellar stuff, but no, some Sarah McLachlan, seniors sitting in their cap and gown, upset, like taking selfies for Instagram because they don't have an actual graduation ceremony like traditional, and so let's make that, and then we'll just run that as a dedication to the 2020 seniors. So thank you, Gabby. That's actually a pretty good rationale, kind of a mix of like, hey, this is nostalgic and I have a personal connection with this, to this connects to the film so well that it stands out to me. So,
or if it just goes really hard and you can like thrash to it.
Awesome.
That's what I look for in a good soundtrack.
Like, have you guys heard the Now You See Me Too like intro?
You don't. Now You See Me Too is not a good film.
No, it's so good. Please stop.
No. So, second of all, okay. The critical flaw that film makes is it is called Now You See Me Too, not
Now You See Me, or Now You Don't. Wait, yeah. I was gonna say Now You See Me Don't.
What?
Wait,
Again.
Tony, why did you have your hand raised?
Because I was genuinely asking if you actually thought that the Now You See Me films were.
Yes, okay. You know, here's some other people who enjoy the Now You See Me films as much as I do. Okay, ready? Because I posted on a call to social media. Xavier Bristol. He likes Now You See Me as well. Okay, Sasha. He likes Now You See Me. Charlie, Jonathan. These are 4 other humans that enjoy the Now You See Me film franchise as much as I do.
In a somewhat closely knit circle of people that you identify with and homogenize with, you're saying you all enjoy the Now You See Me Too See Me franchise.
Okay, I cannot explain to you how much I enjoy heist films incredibly. I love them so much. Like,
okay, there are better ones.
11, wonderful, amazing. Okay,
yeah.
And I love, like, it's not quite mysteries, but there's something happening and you don't know what it is, and then they explain it, and it's so cool. So it's not like an Agatha Christie type mystery, like you have to figure out who killed who, but it's you're wondering, you're like, how did they do it? And then you just get like an amazing montage of like really cool, like them doing like awesome magic tricks, and then you get to figure out how they did it afterwards, and there's constant plot twists and just like.
Did you ever see? Speaking of Agatha Christie stuff, did you ever watch Knives Out?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That screenplay is so good. Oh,
I've been murdering a knife, that counts.
Great, awesome. Thank you, Gabby. And again, that's senioritis. If you or a loved one is affected by this, please contact your doctor immediately and send help. Indy, temperature check. How do you feel about Now You See Me?
I enjoyed it, but it doesn't really take much for me to enjoy a film. I'm pretty easily pleased when it comes to movies, but I liked it. I would, yes.
I'm gonna come out and say something really controversial right now. Okay.
Okay,
So
let me take a sip of coffee so I can spit it out if I need to.
So we have the classic like film people. Okay, we have Quentin Tarantino, we have Wes Anderson, we have all these films that are like they have the classic like Oscar format. Not even. They're just like they're out there trying to make some art films, some what we would call real films. They're the ones that they get the praise. Yeah. They just get like they are like they're the real like films. When you think of like films and film studio. So like as I growing up as trying to get into film, I was like, okay, so I mean, I still genuinely love Wes Anderson. I have the shrine in my room, but I for so long tried to convince myself that I liked these types of films better than films that I genuinely enjoyed. And over this quarantine, I have realized that I like the films like Harry Potter, Now You See Me, like all these like I even like freaking Zombieland, okay? I like these films more than the art director whatever films. And because they are genuinely like they're like story driven, fun, like comedies. They're not trying to be dark for the sake of dark. They don't have like they're not trying to be edgy just to be edgy. They're just like genuinely fun films. And I was trying to convince myself that I needed to like that these edgy films or to try to be like cool films. But I just like these other films better.
I don't think so. Okay. Go ahead, Noah.
I agree with that. Like I love entertaining movies. I think what was this for? This was for our all school project where I made a video about this that was really bad looking back on it. But I think like there's two types of movies, like good filmmaking movies and like entertaining movies, and they're both worth something. You know, they both can be good.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta. Yeah, I mean that's what the entire MCU
enjoy what go on there.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally valid. Like, there's nothing wrong with like enjoying, like, there's nothing shameful in enjoying one type of movie more than another. Like, I think, you know, if we're talking about that distinction between what is real film and what is as my world cinema professor mentioned at NAU, the difference between cinema and film. And like film is like your Avatar, right? Film is your District 9 that was popular at the time. Film is your MCU film. Film is your Dark Knight. These are really entertaining things that vary from they're competently made or they tell a good enough story or they're fun to watch, right? They're enjoyable for an audience. And then you have cinema, and cinema is like Battleship Potemkin, the Russian film, Knife in the Water, another like a Polish film. You have cinema like I would even hesitate to call, because I think like somebody like Quentin Tarantino does a really good blend of the two, making it really accessible and enjoyable, but also having those artistic those I'm an artist qualities to the filmmaking. Same thing with Wes Anderson, right? Like it's very similar. But there are some films that I think are just like Citizen Kane is a boring movie. It is not entertaining, but on a technical level and on a narrative level, it is incredibly impressive for when it was made, right? And so I think when you like weigh films, you know, your personal enjoyment shouldn't be excluded from this is a good film or this is a bad film. A lot of the best filmmakers emulate those terrible films and create some of like the best stuff ever made, right? Like that's just kind of how it goes. But, yeah.
I want to know your opinion, Cassidy.
Sure.
What would you classify Good Will Hunting based off that?
I think I think it's a both. Like I don't think it's specifically an art film because it's entertaining enough and it's not. Yeah, it's weird for me to differentiate. I never agreed with like the cinema versus film type thing. Like, you know, who was it? Was it Martin Scorsese who like a couple months ago made those statements saying like the MCU wasn't actually like those aren't real movies, like the roller coaster rides, right? And like it started that whole
Yeah.
debate. It's like, yeah, but like it.
I
At some
find them
point,
neither because I don't like them. I don't find it entertaining. It's too much. There's
Yeah.
too much going on, and there's a whole timeline of things, and I can't just watch a movie without knowing every single other thing.
yes, and I will say, like, I as somebody who is at one point was more involved in that ecosystem and was like, camping out for 16 plus hours to see the next one of those, all the way up through like 2012. Um, yeah, it's I can still appreciate the intricacy behind the scenes that went into making sure all those pieces fit together in the lead up to like Endgame. And so, like, even though I don't enjoy them as much as I used to, or I find them kind of like samey, I respect the hustle, as they say. I respect the amount of dedication and prowess that went into making 12 years of one series of movies not a complete mess.
We should get my sister in here to talk about the MCU because she still to this day watches MCU conspiracy theories. So
Wow, awesome! Glad I heard that. I have that in my brain now. Cool. So
I think he's actually getting his sister. I think he's actually getting his sister.
all right, so before Noah gets back, we should start wrapping this up somewhat soon, so we can get out of here by 1.
I just went off on a rant there about like my own personal problems with myself.
It's fine. You're a senior. You're allowed to, and also, I don't know. I think this is a fun format of talking. So
Yeah. I mean, we also spent like 7 minutes talking about how I'm a bad driver and how big my feet are, and how weak my shins are.
You talked about how big your feet are. We talked about you being a bad driver. You brought up everything else.
They're pretty freaking big.
But again,
No
we are
way.
not.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. We don't need to go back to this. We don't need to go
All right.
back to this.
Point is though, but yeah. So I mean, I guess we can give a couple updates and stuff as the year's kind of wrapping up. I think the plan is for next week to be our last show. Looks like it's going to be, and so we're going to try to plan something big, and then maybe with whoever is maybe Noah, we can do some like shows over the summer or something just for funsies. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, next week will be our last official show with this lineup of Gabby at the helm, and hopefully Jonathan can join us as well. We can kind of do a senior send off. And yeah, we'll do a year in review and do some fun stuff. Indy, you're welcome to join us. I think it'd be fun. Maybe get Sasha involved in here. See who else wants to join in. But
also, me, Henry, and Evan are going to be putting out we're working on a commentary video in the upcoming week. We're planning on trying to put that out for a final video.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Yep. Keep a lookout for that.
Okay. I've got Crucible. I'm just looking over that way. I keep looking over that way because I have this, and I also have DaVinci Resolve on my taskbar, just waiting to be reopened. Yeah, we got the Crucible video that'll be coming out eventually for advanced acting. Really excited about that. That'll be posted on here. We're gonna be live streaming Senior Awards, I believe the 26th, somewhere around there. I have to double check on the date on that. But yeah, so we'll be live streaming that on here, and then also on the Follow's Facebook page. So you can catch us there. Gabby, you got anything?
Oh, Gabby, you go.
What? I don't think I do. Do I?
Okay.
No. I don't.
Noah, do you have anything coming up?
Once my tripod comes in, I will. This Eggo waffle cereal diss track will be coming out. It will eventually. Okay. At some point, it will.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Have face tattoos for it?
No.
You should get temporary. Order some temporary like tattoos, and it's like the ones you like lick or put water on, and then adhere them to your face. Go to the bashes, and this like go into one of those little capsule things and get a temporary tattoo. It's like 50 cents.
What should I get a tattoo of though? Like what?
Whatever comes out of the capsule machine.
Okay.
Like
they might still have one if you go to the bashes down on Woodlands Village over here. They might also have one that has the fake mustaches in it.
Hey, I'm gonna become a SoundCloud rapper, guys. I guess it's happening.
You've got the aesthetic for it. Like you've got you have like the hoodie. You have the number of hoodies. You've got the aviators. You've got the bucket hat. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Justin Bieber?
Hold on, wait.
JP?
What else can I add to this lineup? Hold up.
While
Do
Noah
we
is
add
doing
the
this,
bucket hat? Do we have?
God.
Do we add the bucket hat?
Yeah.
Can you put the hood up over that, please?
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be amazing.
Where's my fanny pack? Oh, there it is.
That's your first track. Yo, where's my fanny pack?
Oh, there's that. Oh.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Watch out, I'm coming for you, rap game.
Can we please call your first album $1 Billion Booch?
Yeah. Yeah.
You look like a beekeeper who favors fashion over like safety. Like, no man, I need the net. I just need to protect my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Got my AirPods in. I can't hear the buzzing. Indy, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to talk about or anything you're excited for?
Well, I'm making the video today, hopefully, but I'm next year's student council vice president.
Nobody else? Okay, there we go. Yay.
Woo!
That's really exciting. I consider that nepotism, so I'm going to open an investigation into this and hopefully get a couple house judiciary committees on that.
Oh,
No, anyways, but no, that's awesome. Yeah, that's really exciting. So now all you need to do is join journalism, and then you can have way too much to do plus AP classes.
I think it sounds like fun. I don't know.
It's gonna be fun. Oh, cool. Yeah. So thanks everyone. That's one more in the bag. We got another one to go next week. Thank you, those of you who are watching. We should promote our next show just as like a final send off thing, make it fun. So we'll start an aggressive ad campaign. We'll apply for Google AdSense and we'll get a honey sponsorship, and maybe like a Squarespace. And so look for that money to start rolling in. You don't have to say gotta pay them bills. Okay.
Yeah, today's live stream was sponsored by Skillshare. They're a really cool program that we all like to use. You know.
Buy our merch, guys. Buy our merch.
Also remember, download Raid Shadow Legend. It's the fastest growing mobile RPG around. It's really rad, guys. It has the highest player count of any game. We got like hundreds of characters. You can upgrade them. You can collect them. You can trade them. I've never played, so I'm just pulling this out of nowhere.
Kelly, you just tanked our sponsorship chances now. They're gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, they think it's a joke." Come on.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
Come on, Kelly. Come on.
I've been fighting for that.
I'm sorry. Forgive us, Skillshare.
Indy, who
well,
are your
if
sponsors?
you like this live, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when we upload new videos and we do our live stream next week. And if you like this video, make sure to
five times a day. We're posting 5 times a day, just like Watch Mojo. We're trying to beat them.
It's the same top 10 list, just renamed and reorganized every other day. Top 10 anime villains. Top 10 villains in anime. You didn't know were villains in the anime. Anyways, but no. So see, Indy, you can do this. So if you join on, then yeah, you've already got the skills to pay the bills, as they say. So thank you for joining us.
Skills learn from Skillshare. Make sure to.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye bye.
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 Save.